Welcome! In this video, we're going to unlock every single mystic skill, the obvious and the super hidden ones, and also show you the powerful possible combinations. Plus, we will go over where to find all the super rare upgrade materials that you need to break through those martial arts to start doing the insane damages. Let's do the mystic arts in the order you will discover them in the game. The first one being the Leaping Frog, which can be recast 2 times. It lunges you forward once, then twice, and then goes up in the sky to go for this bam and do actually a poison AoE slam. The biggest caveat with this one is it costs 25 vitality, and recasting it is 25 and 25 again. If you don't have enough vitality, it's just going to be once. And that's it. The Leaping Toad you get at the right side of region number 1 at the General Shrine landmark, and then make your way inside the temple. And inside the temple, there will be an old man who's watching a toad. He's just there, watching it jump around. You talk to this old guy, he makes you watch the frog. Unlocked. Right next to the frog, there is a breakable piece of ground next to the stairs. Finish the dungeon and inside you're going to get the cloud steps. This brings us now to the Lion's Roar. You're slamming down a bell and then you yell into the bell, staggering the opponents like crazy. While you're doing this, you pretty much have hyper armor and damage reduction. You can't be thrown out of that one. In order to unlock it, you need to touch 4 bronze bells, and the first one is right next to the frog. Just press RT and touch it, and then run away from it to the side, and boink, there is the next bell already. For bell number 3, you're just going to run north from your current location to the right side here where the Buddha fort is. You see this tiny lake, right? The bell is located right next to that lake. Just follow the road from the waypoint until you see the pagoda. And that's then going to be your next bell. For the final 4th bell, you're going to the left side of region number 1, Wraith Village. And then you're heading straight down out of town until you hit a temple. It's going to be this structure here on the map, the 3 buildings. Enter through the gates, turn to the right side, bell number 4. Easiest unlock you'll ever have made. Next up, we got the Honking Havoc. You pull out a goose, it goes, and actually does slow down time, so you can go smack, 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 smack. Quite good, but it costs 70 vitality. The Lion's Roar, for example, is only 30, almost spammable. For the goose, you're going to travel to the road that connects West Heaven's Pier and also Blissful Retreat. It's going to be around this marker. As you peek over the river, you're going to see a goose molesting a bear, and by watching them, you'll be taught the art of the super goosening. As we're here on the left side of the map, you're going to travel to the city on the left called Harvestfall Village, and then head over to the 2 vendors that you can see on the minimap. And we're going to be talking to vendor number 2, Mr. Haojiu. Here, you're going to buy 4 perfumed wines, not the others, 4 perfumed ones. And then hammer away that perfumed wine until you have that mystic art unlocked. This is going to teach you the Drunken Poet art, which is a spammable, repeatable attack that if you pair it together later with a fully upgraded Dragon's Breath on every single hit, does actually do fiery, crazy explosions. This brings us now to a pretty good one that works extremely well in PvP too. You have the Talon Strike, which goes forward, vab, 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 and pretty much breaks the enemy's defenses. For the Talon Strike, we have to travel to the middle of the region to a location called the Front Mountain. And you pretty much have to run all the way over the left side. Not the right side, we're going left side bridge. And you're going to follow the path to the very end, past all the opponents. Pretty much here, alongside the mountain, make sure that you don't accidentally fall down and break your neck. Like right here. Might make sure you have enough stamina, because I totally did not fall down here and had to come all the way back up. That would never happen. Through the mountains, and then don't look to the right, look to the left. And that's the next bridge you have to get over. And at the end of the bridge on the right side cliff face, where my arrow is flying, there is an eagle's nest. Interact with the eagle's nest and then learn the Talon Strike from the eagle flying around here. Next up is my favorite one, the Guardian Palm, and this has a few specifics going on. There are 2 ways to use it, one way being the wrong way and the other one being the right way. You can just walk up to an opponent and cast it, bop, 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 you get slammed to the ground, massive damage. However, that's not the real damage the ability can actually deal, because if you travel up in the sky and use it for smashing down, you'll do vastly more damage. And the way how I like to do it is with Cloud Step. I jump up to the enemy and then press the button. Bam. That is the most beautiful damage you can get out of it. The good thing being, Cloud Step does not cost a single point of vitality. And the Guardian Palm itself is only 30, which means you can perfectly combo these every single time. And the bonus damage you're getting from the third attack, 513% instead of 154, yeah, you get it. You want to be high up, and then you want to go for that super booster damage. The Guardian Palm you get all the way in the north. There's going to be the Thousands Buddha Vale landmark, and right next to it is an old monk. Talk to him, go through his questline. That's already it. Which brings us to the next one adjacent to him, called the Flaming Meteor. This is an attack from a boss that you have to earn from the boss. And it's actually the dude that's in the middle of the Bodhi Sea. You're going to have to hit the drums, and then you can fight him. Now, how do we unlock this in his boss fight? By deflecting his red attacks. Whenever his weapons glow red, deflect that, and in the top right of his life bar, that eye will fill up. When it's full, you actually have to defeat him to then unlock the skill. The Meteor itself, I did get for completionist's sake, but I'm actually not ever used it for a single thing. It's not that good. However, there are two more that we can get from a boss, which would be the Yaksha Rush and also the Free Morph. Both of these being incredibly potent to overwhelm your opponent, and they work nice in PvP as well. In order to unlock the upwards kick and the spinny kick, you have to make it to 6,000 reputation in the first region, kill the Bodhi Sea boss for his piece of jade, and also the Palace of Anod's boss for his piece of jade in the bottom in the dragon's mouth. And then we can head over to the left side, Halo Peak in the Sundara land. And here you're going to position the jade in the middle of the tower, and the quest will tell you what hour you have to wait for the light to go in the right way, to go down and open the dungeon below, which leads you to the amazing boss fight versus Mr. Mio-shan, who has 3 faces. Now, if you simply beat him, you're already getting the Yaksha Rush. In order to get the free morph, you have to deflect his spinny kick in phase 2. Not in phase 1. You have to wait for phase 2, where he comes rushing at you and goes with this vam, vam, vam spinny kick, and then deflect that. No other attack will give you free morph progress. And after you deflected all of this, you still have to beat him. On recommended difficulty, this was quite easy. On legend, good luck. Good, everything done in region 1. Now we're going over to Kaifeng City for the golden body. That would be our first actual defensive art. With relaxed shoulders and upraised posture, gain an indestructible golden body for 8 seconds, granting a shield and key recovery. While the shield holds, grant fortitude and damage reduction. Very nifty, especially if you're not playing a weapon that can actually shield you. However, 60 vitality cost. In order to unlock this, we're going to teleport to the Keoman Avenue. And from here on out, make our way over to the temple with the green roofs right there. In the first room, there is going to be an old monk who has a very interesting wandering tale for the 5-fold bleed. And then you got Shiji, that tiny monk dude there. He might not be here if you're not at the right hour. Worst case scenario, you have to open up your menu and be around morning to midday hours, not evening. Take your Celestial Seas and just rob him the Golden Body Tome. That's it. The next one is equally simple. We're going to teleport down to the Forsaken Quarter. And here you're going to make your way past all these thugs into the back alley. Now, the quest might trigger or not, because it's an encounter. We're walking this back alley, and you're going to be talked to by a guy right in this house. And 3 dudes are standing in front of his building, molesting him. Solve the encounter. It only takes a couple of seconds, and you're getting the Ghost Bind. For 30 vitality, we immobilize up to 6 targets by dashing between them. Yep, they'll just stand there stunned, and you can slash and dice away at them. This does not work against players. And as we're here in the Forsaken Quarter already, you're going to run to the right side where the coffin shop is. The coffin shop brings you down to the Ghostlight Market, and there are 2 more mystical arts down there. One good, the other one trash. Coffin shop, enter from the right side, go into the coffin, which teleports you down. We're ending up in the mask cave, which you will leave, and then we're just straight going to jump up right next to the mask cave. Because on top of the mask cave entrance is a little tunnel. And at the end of this tunnel is a golden chest with a mystic art called the Wolflike Frenzy right here. This one is pretty incredible in PvP. I once got heavily dominated by it. You pretty much hammer your bamboo stuff at the opponent and knock them down. Very effective against cavalry and other units with unstable poise. We also get the ghostly steps down here. Gain the Mirage status, last 20 seconds, reduces endurance cost of ground dodge skills by 40 seconds and slightly increases untargetable duration. It pretty much turns your dodges into these ghostly steps. Honestly, useless. Never ever had the single need to use it. However, it does look quite fancy. In order to get there, we're starting from the middle teleporter in the Ghostlight Market, the one before the actual street. And you're running downwards until you see the weapon store with the 4 blades in front of it. Now we're jumping here, left side up, and go over the bridge. And on the back side of this area is a dungeon, a Divine Craft dungeon, which needs you to jump around a lot. Good luck with this. You cannot miss the chest. You can miss 1 or 2 chests on the way. I actually missed 1, as you can see up there, but the final treasure you cannot miss at the end. This brings us back to Kaifeng City itself. And here we're going to teleport to the East Cross Street in the fairground area. This is where we're going to be unlocking the Dragon's Breath, probably one of the most powerful mystic arts. You use this after staggering a boss in PvP. You pretty much have hyper armor during Dragon's Breath and can't be pummeled out of it. Super efficient. From the landmark that I've just told you, we're making our way into the fairgrounds area, the Temple of Joy, or whatever you want to call it. Here, we're looking for a 9 mortal disciple dude. Not these 2 guys. Nope, we're looking for Luogio. Exhaust his dialogue, and then teleport down here to the main south gate. Then turn to the left and make your way through the main south gate avenue. And we're looking for the dude who stole something from him, who Robert doodled. It is going to be the other 9 mortal way disciple called Liang Huan. Jump up here on the parapet and you can celestial seize the booklet he has. If he's not there, advance the main quest, change the time. I'm currently here doing the U hour and he definitely stands right in front of me. Then return back to the dude in the fairgrounds, and after handing him the booklet, you have to open your map, click on the percentage, go into Wandering Tales, scroll all the way to the right where the Dragon's Breath quest will be, and then claim the reward. If you don't do this, you won't receive the Dragon's Breath Mystic skill despite doing the quest. This brings us now to the final, one of the strongest ones, the Soaring Spin. Costs only 15 vitality. It dashes you forward through the enemy and then pokes back. Deals additional damage to players. Very efficient in PvP as it has 0 wind up and pretty much instantly goes, or you just fly through bosses and then stab backwards. Now, in order to get that mystic art, we have quite the journey in front of us because we're going to make our way all the way into the Martial Hall, which is located at the bottom of Kaifeng. However, the Martial Hall is closed off. You can't get in there right now, unless you would travel to the left side of the Martial Hall to the Jade Mirror Pond. From the teleportation point, turn around towards the cave entrance with the torch. Over the bridge, and there will be a cave full of soldiers and a bunch of ladders that we're going to go up. In your first clear, you'll have to, kill them all, or they're going to probably pummel you off the ladders. However, I've been here quite some time, so I can navigate through it. Keep in mind that there's also a lot of jade here, and jade is always needed for upgrading. So definitely take your time to get every single piece of jade, and remember this location as a little nifty farm spot. Now, in between of these ladders will be soldiers that are shooting you with their guns. Okay, making up all these ladders, there's 3 chests here plus Jeremiah. Now, you can fight Jeremiah, or you're just going to use your Tai Chi to take him and then throw him off. Well, that actually did not work. Your goal will be now to get up this ladder by jumping over this crevasse. I did it over the right side the first time, but it seemed kind of bugged. I recommend the left side with this stone outcropping. You're going to try to jump into it, and you can actually hover here, and then you're going to jump over one more. Make your way upsy daisies, and then we're going to get to the back side of the Martial Hall. Again, don't forget to get the jade. Now look at the map. We're pretty much in the underbellies of the hall. Here, we'll now need to get a secret key. That secret key you get by making your way through the hall. And then there's a ladder. At the top of the ladder, we're going to turn to the left, and the big chest is here in the corner. You're going to get a secret passage key and another key from that. Now we'll need key number 1, and the outpost they're talking about is to the right side, the old village ruins. Here, we're going to now teleport to our friendly landmark, Dreamfall Cliff, and then go right side past the outpost, where you can see the waterfall. Now the waterfall actually has no meaning, but just avoid all the opponents. Your goal is to reach the back right house. Okay, all the way below the tower symbol, that's the house we're looking for. With this secret passage key, you can now open the wall panels. Yep, and there is even more jade, so definitely do not hesitate picking this up. And even more opponents. Make your way through these like a seasoned warrior, or just run like a chicken. Even more jade. I keep pointing it out because these are really good jade farming spots, and you'll soon notice if you keep enhancing how much of that jade you actually need. Which leads us to another slew of Jeremiahs, Jimothys, and Daves that then have this door in front of us to open. Thank you very much. We turn to the left. And to the left again. Which has us fall into this hole, and suddenly, ba-ba-ba-bum, we are in the Hidden Armory Registry, which is filled with loot. That's amazing. You can talk to him to get some dialogue options, but you can't actually leave out of here. So this is not something you can continue from now. However, we're going to head back up the ladder. And from the ladder, we're working back to the door that we just came through. From the right side we just came, we're going to turn to the left into the square room. There is no more doors you can open here. The only thing you can do is jump down. And now we're on the other side of the hidden registry. Yabba dabba doo. Make your way onwards through the tunnels, which are going to be filled with opponents. I think I killed all of them already in my first run, so I shouldn't be facing anyone here right now. And we're going to shoot the bell and interact with your Meridian Touch to open up the door. Then turn to the left and activate the waypoint. Yep, there is one. And we're making our way into the Warrior Hall. There will be 3 opponents you're going to take out. And this is also where we're finally going to get the Mystic Art. This is also part of a quest for later. I'm not going to say anything about it. Now there's a tricky part because these balconies have dudes on them that shoot you with cannons. For this, the umbrella can be extremely helpful. And let me show you a little cheese. We're going to go over here on the right side over the armors and jump on top of the rafters. The dudes with the cannons will shoot at you. What I did is I pulled out my umbrella, then went for the light attack and simply hovered over to take care of these annoying dudes. Because holy hell, I hate them. The same I actually did on the other side, because there are going to be dudes as well, just to avoid them shooting me down from the rafters. Again, you jump up, same side, and you destroy them. Now in these rafters, there are chests, and there's one golden chest up there. The golden chest in the back you simply reach by going up on the right side, jump up on the rafters, and then make your way up the ladder. Walk around, up the ladder, and you can just simply walk all the way to the back. However, that chest is not where the Mystic Art is. The Mystic Art is hidden way more devious. For this, you want to cross over to the other side, and then take the next ladder. And as you might notice, if there were still the cannon dudes, they would now shoot you. I do believe you can also make the jump from up here if you actually manage to get all the way up here without being shot. Now we're above the statue. And as you're above the statue, you want to look down and fall on the head of the statue. Now the crazy part is that the chest for the Mystic Art is right here. Yep. You're going to pull out Celestial Seas and get yourself the chest. I know you won't believe this. It is crazy. Like, there is a chest down there which is going to take your attention, but nope. It is hidden up there. Finally, the Dragon's Head, which we can't currently use because we don't have enough vitality. We will have to break through another time. The Dragon Head is unlocked by gathering a lot of mystical arts. It says 35, which is wrong. I assume it means 35 levels in mystical arts. As I then kept upgrading my Cloud Stab to 2, and I had my Guardian Palm to tier 2 as well. The Celestial Seas, all of these, right? I brought them all to tier 2. I got 35 levels. Suddenly, I got the Dragon's Head. That was it. How do we now, though, upgrade all of our mystical arts? Where do we get the Even Iron from? And most importantly, where do you get all the rare materials to upgrade this stuff? The Even Iron itself is quite simple. As you clear strongholds throughout the map, you will already have received quite some Even Iron. Then open up your menu, Wandering Pathies, Challenges, top right corner, Sword Trials, and we're going for the Joint Battle. Here, you can get yourself level 2 Even Iron, and if you need level 1 Even Iron, you just drop down the difficulty and can get 5 outposts in a row, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, to grab yourself all the upgrade materials that you also get from open world exploration. So simply opening boxes will get you the Even Iron. The rare upgrade materials are a bit more tricky. For these, you can get Mystic Skill Breakthrough support boxes. However, we'll need 15 for the Breakthrough to tier 3. For the Breakthrough to tier 2, you only need 5 of them. These boxes you can get under events, and then you're going to press on the Lumina Guide Region 1 and Lumina Guide Region 2, Chrono Exploration, and under the Exploration Species, you can see there's already some of these boxes, and the Exploration Oddities has some more of them. Very good. Also, if you head over to the Battle Pass and actually go into the Battle Pass store, there you can buy yourself another 3 of the boxes with a weekly reset. Yes, you always want to deplete this. However, these things can also be farmed. For this, you're going to open up your map, then you're going to pop out on the right side, the filter. And if I now say I would like to go for the Buddha's tier, because Buddha's tier is what I need for Buddha's tier route, it's actually going to show me all the Buddha's tier on the map, and I can go to the hotspots. These won't really refresh quick in the solo mode. However, if you swap over to multiplayer, the same spawn locations are true as in single player, but it's every 5 minutes. Yeah. In online mode, every 5 minutes, the same Buddhist tier are respawning. So I simply then go for the ones I'm looking for, the Buddhist tier, the Vicious Flowers, and that kind of stuff, and farm them down. Wait 5 minutes, farm them down again. I do recommend focusing on one mystic art you like the most. For me, for example, it's the Guardian Palm, so I'm going to invest all my books to actually get that one to tier 3 broken through. The bonus damage is just nasty. The second one would probably be the Dragon's Breath or the Soaring Spin. You will probably get all of them to tier 3 very soon because the materials don't drop often. Keep in mind before you farm the materials to teleport yourself right of Kaifeng City to Apricot Village. Since there is a vendor to the right side of the teleport point who is going to sell you a food, and now in the online mode, she's sadly not there. She stands right in front of me. That food is called Chrysanthemum Pancakes, and they grant you 20% chance for extra harvest from herb gathering. And we're always herb gathering. Herbs is what you need for the upgrades on your mystic skills. Any questions left, ladies and gentlemen? Anything else you'd like to know? Post that in the comments below, and now go watch this video. Thank you very much.